The Independent National Electoral Commission announced on Monday that the upcoming elections will not be held in 240 polling units across 28 states of the Federation. Chairman of INEC Mahmood Yakubu stated this during an interactive meeting with 18 leaders of all registered political parties at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. According to him, polling units range from 1 to 12 in each state and FCT, except for Taraba and Imo, which have the highest rate of no voter registration due to security concerns.
We also briefed you on our efforts to redistribute voters to the polling units in order to avoid the congestion that made voting cumbersome in many of them nationwide. This requires the redistribution of voters to new polling units in proximate locations. Where they are separated by distance, this must be done after consultation with the voters. This has been done by our state offices nationwide. However, there are 240 polling units without registered voters spread across 28 states and the Federal Capital Territory. They range from 1 polling unit to 12 polling units in each state and the FCT, except Taraba and Imo states with 34 and 38 polling units respectively. No new registrants choose the polling units and no voters indicated interest to transfer to them during the last continuous voter registration exercise, mainly for security reasons. This means that no elections will be held in these polling units.
With the exclusion of the 240 polling units, Yakubu stated that the election would take place in 176,606 polling units across the country. Therefore, the Commission warned that 2 or more agents should not be found in polling units, adding that any agent engaging in such activities will be arrested and prosecuted.
Agents accredited by the Commission and wearing the correct identification cards appear at polling units and collection centers during election and electoral activities. A situation where 2 or more agents claim to represent a political party, resulting in commotion at polling units or collection centers, is unacceptable. Only identification cards issued by the Commission will be recognized on election day, and violators are liable to arrest and prosecution for impersonation.
Following the violent attack during the electioneering campaigns by various parties that resulted in the destruction of properties and loss of lives, Yakubu appealed to the leaders of all the 18 political parties to call their supporters and candidates to order. He also charged security agencies to arrest anyone found violating or breaking laws and order during the electoral process.
The Commission is concerned about violent attacks on supporters of political parties across the board, resulting in extensive damage to property and even the loss of life in some cases. Let me once again appeal to chairmen and leaders of political parties to continue to call your candidates and supporters to order. I also call on the security, intelligence, and law enforcement agencies to arrest, investigate, and prosecute anyone involved in violent conduct, including incendiary statements capable of inciting the public and causing a breach of the peace contrary to the provisions.
Representing other political parties, the presidential candidate of the Action Democratic Party, Yabaju Yusuf Sani, condemned the actions of some state governors who denied other parties from campaigning in their states. Sani therefore advises the Commission not to postpone the election but ensure a free, fair and credible election in the February and March elections.
It is an abhorrence and crudity, if not savagery, to see state governors denying campaign venues to political parties other than their own. This is crude, undemocratic, primitive, and uncivilized. Finally, I would want to admonish party leaders that having observed that the elections are conducted free, fair, and credible, the result should be accepted for the love of our country, to keep its date with history, which must not be wasted. INEC should create a golden niche for herself, especially the chairman, who has become the child of history. Nigerians are watching, the international community is watching, and the parties are palpitating.